What up, YouTube Digital? Um, I got my wife a new little knife while we were at the store the other day. It was pretty cheap and it was pretty worth it. It's a little neck knife and it's fuck you, don't making a video here. What's so goddamn and fucking important? Anyhow, it's a little neck knife. Now, my wife works odd hours. You know, she can work during the day, she can work at night, she can work at anything. And I got a video. Vader, go lay your ass down. I got a video coming out later about serial killers and shit like that. I mean, the psychology about predator, prey, watching, you don't know type shit. Because you can have a gun, but if the motherfucker already has you on the ground, what is that gun gonna do for you? I don't know. I mean, that's why cops walk up to a door of a car with their gun unsnapped and their hand on their gun while they're looking in the car because they want to be as fast as they can to stay alive. And I say that because I know 4 cops dead. And one of them is a family member. But anywho, I bought this for my wife. It was dirt cheap. People should take a look at it because it's actually a pretty cool knife. It's a Browning. I think model number is 715. It's called Spur. It has a picture of a cock on it. A big cock. Alright? And the cock has a big sharp spur on it. And it doesn't fuck around. If you know what I'm saying. Now, it does come with this flimsy fucking piece of shit little ball and chain crap, which is kind of worthless. The Kydex sheath, I gotta say, is very nice for $15. I mean, you can see that there's like barely a gap there. It fits real nice. The rivets are done right. It's really good. Now, I've seen someone take one of these, make a bigger one about that size so they can put in their dockers on their pant leg. And they have, you know, a button here and a button here, and it fits right in the middle. And they have it bolted, those little plastic bolts that go through. And so they can pull it straight out, and it comes out like this out of their dockers, and it works out real good for them, which is pretty cool. So, you know, Universal, figure it out, do whatever. Now, this blade is a very sharp little bastard. Don't ask me what metal because I don't give a fuck. It will cut you and fuck you up, so it doesn't matter. It's full tang. Pretty sure it's G10. Feels nice. Has a little jimping right there. I mean, it feels nice if you have to use it like this. Even if you have to use it like this, feels good. Backhand feels good. Reverse backhand feels good. Now, this is something a lot of people don't know about blades. A lot of people don't know how to fight with blades or anything else. I said before, if you don't know what to do with a blade, put it in front of you. Don't put it out here where I'm going to grab it from you. But if somebody punches you, swipe at their hand. cut their hand. It's there. Cut their arm. Do whatever. You don't have to do any trick shit. But this is something that a lot of people don't know. Now, box, no cuts. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to place this here because I don't want to hurt myself. Now I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to hold this backwards because what I want to work is this tip right here. I don't want to use the cutting surface. I want to use this tip. Now, there's a reason why. And I'm just going to go, maybe I'll go a little harder than that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's a good hit. Now you can see on there that I got good penetration. Kind of skipped a little, but if I take my nifty flashlight, turn it on, go behind. Look at that. Not seeing that much, are you? No. Okay. Now, let me turn this over. Let me do the same thing. Well, let me take the knife and hold it like it's intended to, with the cutting edge right here, jimping back. Now, I'm going to be using the cutting part and everything dangerous about the knife and everything else. And I'm going to use about the same force, do about the same thing, same strike. Oh. Let me try that again. Let me go a little. The problem is, it doesn't matter even if I just barely cut through. Look at that. That's even that little tiny bastard. I can see the light. You can see the light on all those and everything else. Now, when you have the cutting blade out and you're swiping at somebody like this, that knife is naturally going to draw itself into the object. Especially something soft like a belly, a gut, an arm, stuff like that. You gotta be careful with that. If you're backwards and you got a nice sharp tip like that, and you're backwards, you can break open the skin, separate the skin, make the skin bleed, and not have their guts fall all over the floor.
Daddy.
Yes?
So, for the handle, you can hit them right here.
Yeah, like that. Now,
Ow.
my daughter, she got pissed off one day, and she ran to her room. Well, unfortunately, she ran into the door faster than she could open up the door, and that little square edge that goes around the door to keep it from being able to be pushed through. Come here, Isabella. Come here. Yeah, come here. Cover up this part. Cover up that. Just put your hand over it. Cover up that part. Now you can see. I don't know if you can see.
No, the lights are.
You gotta get closer. You gotta get closer. You gotta get closer. You gotta get closer. You gotta get closer.
I think we can see it right now.
You can see it right now. You see all that? It's split. But when it's split, now I gotta admit that. Now you can go sit back down. My wife is pretty level-headed in situations because, trust me, I fucked myself up enough and have blood all over the place. It's just a byproduct of me being alive. But when she did it, she was bleeding pretty bad just from a little cut from her forehead. And it was just flowing over her face. Just from a little cut on her forehead. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with knives and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that will try to teach bullshit on YouTube. And you don't need all that. And you certainly don't want people's guts to be falling out all over the fucking floor. You don't want 15 miles of fucking intestines on the ground. Because then you gotta scoop that shit back up and put it in. You don't want to deal with that shit. If it's wet and sticky and not yours, don't touch it. Alright? I saw that on a bathroom wall once. Of all places. Oh, shit. Now, that goes back to like the knife, and the other thing is that's an area where I like to attack. If I have to go for something, I'm going to go for the forehead, the nose. You know, if they go to throw a punch at me, I'm going to hit an arm on the way out. I'm going to hit anything. But I'm going to hit it backwards. I just want to nick it. I just want it to open up a little bit. And I want them to go, oh, fuck, shit, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then just nick them again. And nick them a couple more times. And just do it to piss them off. I don't know, I have a problem with that. So I've been told. I don't know. Some about pissing people off. I don't know. But you're not killing them. And realize what your state laws are. Because your state laws, you know, a lot of people go, oh, I got castle law, I don't fuck shoot anybody, and all this shit. And then some jackass is shooting a guy while he's running down the street. And then you sit there and scratch your head going, castle law? Okay, how is that going to protect you when you're running down the fucking street, you dumbass? I don't know. So you should know your state laws, because most of them will state that you can't do more than what you need to do. So if you're just nicking a guy, you know, you're doing just light little strikes here and there, just enough to get his attention and get the fuck out of there, you're less likely to go to jail. Now, the NRAILA just released a document that is stating the average cost of self-defense in a self-defense case, especially with a firearm, is $500,000 or more. Zimmerman is already over $1 million. And I'm sorry, but I buy a lot of shit. I don't have $500,000. So unless you have $500,000 just lying around, I'd be very careful with what you do with what you have. And try things out on your own. Try this experiment out on your own. You'd be surprised. Now, you do need a edged weapon with a good tip. I'm not talking about Tantos are probably the best, or one like this, or Warncliffe, or, you know, something like that. Something sharp and everything else. Test it out. See what works for you. See how you can get in real fast and just jab. Because You know, that's what's going to save you. If you nick somebody, they're going to get spooked. And they're going to draw back. And that's going to give you a chance to get the fuck away. Even if I tell my wife just to nick somebody and then stab them in the nuts and then fucking run, do that. You know, there's no point to stick around unless you know what you're doing. And then it's fun. You get a good brick, you bash them in the head a couple times, then you choke the shit out of them, then you go to court, then the judge goes, holy shit, then he strikes his own words, then he tells me I don't have to see him, never mind. But anywho, they're not that hard to fight with, just learn how they cut. And be careful, don't cut your fucking self. Yeah. Damn it. Model number 715. Made in China, so it's probably for whatever steel. Fine. Perfect little necker. $15. A spur. Look for a clamshell package with a big cock on it. I think it has one. Does it have one or two cocks on it?
I don't remember any cocks on the package.
Yeah, they had some cocks on the package. Okay? So just remember that. The Browning Spur. And stay safe, and don't draw a gun unless you have to. Trust me on this when I say that I've flipped off enough people in my life on purpose just to get a reaction that they're probably not going to do anything. Even a fucking motorcycle rider with flying colors. So, I don't know. Stop with this I'll shoot everybody bullshit. Peace.